Let's look at the next topic. Subtracting unlike fractions. Okay, with subtraction, you know that we will have to borrow eventually. But let's start with the easiest type of questions when you have to subtract unlike fractions. Again, it's the same process when you find the common denominator, 7 and 28. What do you think? What is the common denominator? 28, is it a multiple of 7 or no? Yes, it is a multiple of 7. Then we're going to change only one fraction. 7 times what will give you 28? 4. 7 times 4 and 2 times 4. Rewrite the problem. First fraction as is, 17 over 28, minus 2 times 4 is 8. 7 times 4 is 28. Now we have like fractions. We're able to apply the simple rules of addition, add the numerator, and then simplify the answer if possible. 17 minus 8 will give you 9. Keep the denominator the same. 9 over 28, that is it. There's nothing to simplify, so this is the difference. Again, number B, 7 over 12 minus 3 over 10. Are we going to change both fractions or one fraction? Is 12 a multiple of 10? And the answer is no. If the answer is no, that means that we have to change both fractions. What is the common denominator? What is the least common multiple between 12 and 10? If you're not sure, do it the manual way. Okay, I just gave you a few seconds to think about the number before I go ahead and do the question. 12 and 10. If you list the multiples of 12 and list the multiples of 10, you will realize that 60 is the least common multiple between the two numbers. So 12 times what will give you 60? 12 times 5. Do the same thing on the top. 10 times what will give you to the same common denominator, to the 60? 10 times 6 and 3 times 6. Let's rewrite the problem. The first fraction would be 7 times 5 will give you 35 on the top and 60 on the bottom. Minus 3 times 6 on the top will be 18. And again, 60 on the bottom. This is what we need. Common denominators in able to subtract the numerators. 35 minus 18 will give you 17 over 60. Nothing common. This is your final and simplest form of the answer. Let's move on to a self-check problem. Again, 3 over 4 minus 2 over 5. Do you think? Are we going to change both fractions or one fraction? Is 5 a multiple of 4? Based on your answer to this little question, you will know if you have to change one or two fractions. Write down the problem again. If you have to do a manual way to find the common denominator, take the time to do that, and then decide on the common denominator. What is the common denominator to use if you have a denominator of 4, a denominator of 5? What do you think? Unlike fractions, whether we add or subtract, we have to find a common denominator. From our knowledge of the multiplication table, we know that 20 would be the common denominator. Times 5 will give us the 20, times 5 will give us the 20 on the first fraction. Times 4 and times 4. Rewrite the problem. 3 times 5 is a 15, divided by 20, minus 2 times 4 on the top will give you 8, divided by 20. And then we just subtract the numerators. 15 minus 8 will give you 7 over 20, and the answer would be C. That's it.